Welcome back. When a child is in crisis, there's only so much adults can do. Sometimes a bear can do what a human can't, and that's why Amy Runyon from the Assistance League of Phoenix is here to tell us why a bear sometimes is more than just a toy. And of course, it's National Teddy Bear Day on Saturday, so perfect timing. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So you give out bears to kids, and what are some of the situations where you might end up giving a bear to a child?
Yeah, so Assistance League of Phoenix has actually had our Hugs program for 34 years, and we help to support our first responders. So our biggest partner in this program is the Phoenix Fire Department and the crisis unit. So when they go on a call, whether it's a house fire or a death or any type of traumatic situation where there's children involved, they actually have a bear that can be used as a tool for the children, and it gives them something to hold on to on the worst day of their life.
Right, because you're going to remember all of these scary, terrible details, but then perhaps you'll also remember that a firefighter had a bear for you.
Absolutely. So where most people will see a teddy bear and they see a toy, we think of these as toys for children. Our first responders really are able to use them as a tool in communicating with a child, and sometimes a child that's in the middle of trauma, they just need something to hold on to.
Something tactile, and sometimes
Yes.
talking isn't that easy for a child in a crisis moment. So it might be more soothing to just have something to hold that's soft.
Absolutely. And what we found, we have heard from people years later when they've become adults and they hear or they see something, like they'll see this morning and they'll say, oh my gosh, I still have my bear from when this happened in my family.
Yes, because you said that you've been giving out these bears for 34 years. Do you know how many bears have been given out?
Thousands.
Thousands.
So yes, each year we give out about 5,000 bears. And as you can see, our bear over here has a cute little fire
We're
hat.
going to discuss. I don't want this bear to get jealous because I've already become attached to this bear, but there's room in my life for two bears. Oh, his hat.
He lost his hat.
Okay, here you go. So he's got a very special firefighter's
does.
hat.
Yes.
And it fits over his little ears.
This is where our bears kind of take on an even more special opportunity. It's our volunteers. So we have volunteer workforce that sew these little hats and put them on the bears. So when the Phoenix Fire Department gives them out, it looks like they came straight from the fire department.
I'm sorry, but this is the cutest thing that I've ever seen, and we already had a lizard on the show today. I don't know if you realize that, Amy. Look at that little hat. Okay, so if somebody's watching at home and they have some time and love to give, can they sew a hat, make a hat for the bear?
Absolutely. Yes, we would not be able to serve as many children as we do each year without the help of our volunteers and our members. And so if you like to sew, even if you like to cut and trace, come in and give us a few hours of your time. We would love that. And if you're not a good sewer, and you...
Why are you looking at me?
I don't
She just
know.
looked at me. You guys saw it.
I'm feeling very self-reflective. If you don't know your way around a sewing machine, but you can give $6. It's $6 to make a lifetime impact for a child in need.
That's so great. You know, just sitting here, I had forgotten this, but I was remembering getting in a car accident with my family. At the time, my boys must have been 6 and 9, and I remember Phoenix Police Department, a cruiser came, and my kids were so shaken up, they were scared, they were crying, and I wish they'd had a bear, but the officer had starbursts. And all my kids remember about that accident was the policeman gave us the candy.
Yeah.
It's like that with the bear, right?
It is. And I'll tell you, this program really hit home for me probably about 7 years ago when I got a phone call that my cousin had tragically went to sleep one night and not woke up the next morning. And my niece had found her mom. That morning she was 9 years old. And when I went to my family's house, as we were all gathering together and I walked in the door, my niece was holding one of our bears.
I'm so sorry.
And so that was the moment, all of our programs really help children living in poverty, except for this program. And this is the one program where it really came clear to me that childhood trauma knows no poverty lines. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you don't have. When a child is in a crisis and just needs something to hug, that's when these bears come into play.
You
So
just
I
said
saw
it.
firsthand how valuable this program really is.
You just said it so beautifully. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for your loss, and thank you for all you're doing to help kids in tragic situations. Thank you, Amy Runyon.